Hi, I'm Mike with the Claim Squad Public Adjusters. We're going to be talking about how you can get an insurance company to pay for a new roof. And saw a couple videos on YouTube from roofing contractors. And listen, I enjoy that they're trying to help people, but there's two parts to a roof claim. So without getting into my background too much, I dipped my toe into personal injury and I found this out. There's two parts of a personal injury claim: liability, okay, and the damages. How hurt the person is, whether it's medical bills. So at times, I would speak and try to hire specific experts, accident reconstructionists, that would tell us how this accident happened, how fast the driver was going, so on and so forth, upon impact. That's the liability portion. The damages is how hurt the person was. I would never ask an accident reconstruction to give me his medical opinion on the injuries. That doesn't happen. So what I'm trying to get to with that analogy is, I see these roofing companies and roofers in particular talk about how you can get the insurance company to pay for your roof. Now, bless their hearts, because they're trying, I know that, but there's two parts of a roofing claim. And let's separate it the same way. The damages, which, listen, the roofers should handle the damages and repair and put a new roof on. That's their job. Well, I don't think what they really should cross over on, unless they're a public adjuster or an attorney, is handling the claim. Okay, dealing with the claim. Trying to get your roof approved, a new roof approved, or roof replacement by themselves is an accident waiting to happen. No disrespect to them at all. But the better scenario is the roofer team up with the public adjuster to get your roof replacement. That's a team concept. So roofing contractors don't go it alone. All right, we're both here to help the homeowner get a new roof. So how can we go about it? There's several steps involved. Several steps. So let me go through some of them. So you want to have a public adjuster and a roofer. I wouldn't let a roofer try to handle your claim. No disrespect to roofers, but don't let them handle your claim. Don't sign an AOB or direction to pay and they say, don't worry about everything, we'll take care of it. That is a recipe for disaster, and it's going to come back to burn you. And there are a lot of people that get burned by this. In Florida, it was one of the reasons why we have these new laws created as of July 1st, 2021. They were going after roofing contractors hard. Part of the laws that they passed was that roofing contractors couldn't advertise. All right? A roofing company sued and actually won and got a block because they're considering it free speech. So let's go into a few steps. I talked about the partnership. So you want the public adjuster to handle your claim. So he speaks for you. He's there to protect you. He's there to tell you what to say, how to say it, when to say it, why you say it, as far as how the claim happened. Or he says it himself. He's there to go on the inspections for you. He's there to talk with the adjuster. You don't want the roofing person, because that roofer does not know the ins and outs of the policy. There's a lot of policy tripfalls and pitfalls, I should say, and tripwires in that policy that the roofer does not know. Perfect example, I came across a policy not too long ago, one of the first ones I've seen. It was a carrier outside of Florida that said in order for you to claim a roof damage claim from wind, you have to have a 4-inch opening. That's dang tough. That's dang tough to do. So in other words, the only way that can really happen, wind doesn't cause that large of an opening. It causes cracks and little small openings. You would have to have literally a coconut come through your roof for that to happen. So it's that type of thing that I saw in a policy, and I had to work with the homeowner. We got our settlement. And they tried using that against us, and there's something that we did to overcome it. But a roofer's not going to be able to overcome that. And now that person could be screwed if you didn't have a professional that knows these policies inside out. So that's one way on how you get your roof paid for. Don't let the roofer go by himself to handle your claim. Bring a public adjuster in. All right, that's mostly towards Florida residents. I will use that same thing across the United States, that same philosophy. All right, the other thing, I know why you want your public adjuster or roofer to come out before the company field adjuster, because you want them to document some things. Now, I've got a list of different things that we always look for that's helpful. So one thing is, when it comes to asphalt shingles, all right, in order to get them to pay for your roof, you want them to mark where there's an issue with the adhesion, mark where the uplifted tiles are, mark where the missing or torn tiles are located. These are the shingles. Mark where it's brittle. Mark where the wind caused the nails to pull through on the edges. Mark where the damaged shingles are. These are all specific elements that we look for, because once you start marking this up for Floridians, there's a Florida building code. If 25% of your roof or more is damaged, you get a new roof. All right? For these cement tile roofs, some people call them cement paver roofs, cement tile roofs, concrete tile roofs. Okay? You want to look for them being cracked. You want to look for the underlayment having cracks in them. You want to look for the adhesion, the foam adhesion that they use. All right? Is that all secure? And you want to check these tiles. Are they lifted? Can they be uplifted? And from these type of things, and there's a few other things with these concrete, from these type of things, now we put the insurance company on their heels. Now they can't deny that there's roof damage, all right? But what they may do is some other tricks that they have up their sleeves. So that's the second point on how we get them to pay. Number 3, we put pressure on them. We can have attorneys that I partner with file what we call civil remedies notice. So if the insurance company isn't handling the roof claim correctly, if they did not deny or pay your claim within 90 days per the Florida statute, we will file a civil remedies notice, which will then give us the opportunity, once the claim is settled, and we will settle your roof claim, I guarantee you that. Once we settle your roof claim, we can file a bad faith lawsuit for what they put you through. What they put you through as far as waiting for a new roof, what they put you through as far as the way they handle the claim on a basis to where maybe they dragged it out, maybe they didn't delay, maybe they delayed it for a certain period of time. So there's all these different elements that come into play. So these are some of the ways on how we can get that new roof of yours paid for and replaced. Some other tips I like to give and how we do things. For you as a homeowner, you're going to be in a little bit more of a difficult situation on how to get your new roof paid for and replaced by the insurance company if you say the wrong things. All right? Hire a professional to help. So your best bet, again, I go back to point number 1. Get that team, that dynamic duo of a roofer, public adjuster working together. That is so important. All right? That roofer, your roofer, is actually going to be our expert. We don't need him to be the claim adjuster. We don't need to be him the claim handler. We don't want him to be the adjuster. We want him to be the roofer. That's what he's born and bred to do. That's what he took up. That's what he loves. That's what he wants to do. It's okay. Be the roofer. Let us be the adjuster. Let us be the person that fights the insurance company. All right? So let's talk about more if you're dealing with your own claim and you want to get a new roof. What are some other things you can do without being represented by somebody like me? Well, you want to get a few different estimates, and you could take your chance and send it to the insurance company. So if you have a roof that costs $28,000, depending if it's a hurricane or not, let's say you have a hurricane deductible, you kind of know what you're going to get. But what the insurance company is going to do is take your $28,000 estimate for your nice, shiny new roof, and they're going to say, well, we'll give you $22,000. Okay? Now you've got to fight that battle. Now you're looking at cash out of pocket. So you have a decision to make. Do you cut it off there, hire a public adjuster, or do you continue? So what things, if they offer you $22,000, what can you do? Mike, help me, because I really want to handle this myself. And you know what? If I get screwed, so be it. I'll pay for the rest. But just help me out. Give me a few tips on how to get you a new roof. Well, if they make any type of payment, look at your policy. see if what you have is an appraisal process clause in your policy. If so, once they make a payment, you could go through the appraisal process. However, it does get expensive, so make sure you also have damage inside. All right. Another tip, how you can get paid for a new roof. If you just have roof damage and you have nothing interior, it's going to be tough to get a new roof. If you have interior damage, it's probably going to be a little bit easier. Why? Because water intrusion is usually a sign of an opening, which in your policy says a lot of times that in order for you to make a claim for roof damage from winds, you have to have some type of opening in the roof. All right. Without any opening, it's tough. So that means without any interior damage, it's tough. Is it impossible? No, but it's extremely difficult. Okay, so remember that. The other thing you can do is go through, if your state has some type of mediation. Another thing is you can ask them and see if they'll agree to an independent roofing contractor. Not somebody that they use, independent. Give them names of roofers across town who did not give you an estimate. Give them 4 names. Let's see what this roofer says. Will you guys agree to one of these roofers and see if that roofer will be unbiased and give you a fair amount, and if they would agree to that. You've got to try all these different things, creative things with the insurance company if you're going to try to handle it yourself. Again, I'm totally against handling roof claims by yourself, but if you have the money to pay for it out of pocket anyhow and you're going to, then it's worth a shot of doing that. If you don't want to pay for it yourself, if you think that's what you pay insurance for, which I believe is the correct thing, and you think you have a real claim, there's nothing that can hurt you by hiring somebody to represent you. I think that's the right way to do. I'm very strong towards this now because I see the tide has changed the past 3-4 years, and especially in 2021, where these insurance companies are at war against public adjusters, attorneys, and roofing companies. So it's even more important than it ever has been that you have somebody, some professional to help you with this. 5 years ago, 10 years ago, it wasn't as important, but now it is important. So hopefully that's a brief little summary on how you can get insurance companies to pay for a new roof. It's not going to be an easy fight. They're not going to just hand over the money. They're not going to roll over, okay? But I've given you some tips. I gave you some ideas. I tell you what to look for, how you can bring the roofer, public adjuster into play. If you have any questions, my name's Mike with the Claim Squad Public Adjusters. I'm only licensed in Florida. Floridians, if you need help with a roof claim, call me, 754-252-5438. My email, theclaimsquad@gmail.com. Website, www.theclaimsquad.com. And even people that are out of state, feel free, email me. I could briefly look up what your state laws are, maybe give you an idea, try to help. But it's a little bit more difficult for me since I'm not licensed in your particular state. I'm only licensed in Florida, and I've thought about getting licensed in like Texas, Louisiana, Alabama, but Alabama you can't. They don't allow public adjusters. Louisiana has some weird where a public adjuster only gets a flat fee or hourly, and I'm just busy enough in Florida, and I don't need to go off into other states. So I hope you enjoyed this video, another roof damage claim video. I just look to help people and give them sound advice and make sound decisions.